We're with Adam Feldman. Adam is a criminal defense attorney in Phoenix, Arizona. He's agreed to answer some online questions for us related to homicide and manslaughter and these type of charges. With that said, Adam, let's go into our first questions that were posted. First one is, I've been looking online for attorneys to discuss a homicide defense with, and it appears most of the attorneys list this as on their websites. However, I realize these cases can't be that common. How do I find an attorney who has extensive experience with this type of case?
Well, you're right. This is not the more common charge, and therefore, you know, with all the defense attorneys out there, you're going to be limited as to how many have actually handled these cases and then have actually handled these cases successfully. Similar to any other case out there, whether it's DUI or assault or drug related, the best answer to your question is ask the attorney. We can't lie. We can get in a lot of trouble. We are misrepresenting ourselves. So the answer is, if you have a question, it should be, hey, have you done a murder case before? And that's going to knock off a huge portion of the attorneys out there. There are a ton of attorneys who list it on their webpage, for example, as in they're more than willing to learn how to do a homicide case on your dime, but they've never done one. So the first thing is ask them, have you ever done a homicide case? But you got to go further than that because, well, you know, what type of homicide case? There are vehicular homicide cases, which are, you know, an animal unto themselves, because then you're dealing with all sorts of accident reconstruction, alcohol concentration, drug analysis, lots of different things like that. So what type of homicide? Is it a vehicular homicide? Is it gun related? Is it a bar fight? I mean, you need to know the details of the types of representation that attorney has done, because if we're talking about accident with a car, that's one type. If you're talking about with guns, it's a whole different bag. And now you're dealing possibly with bullet trajectory. You're dealing with different officers out there. So you want an attorney who's familiar with these things. But so that's the beginning. Have you done cases like these? But the next question, which is probably, well, I'd say just as important, is have you gone to trial on these cases? There are attorneys out there who have handled murder cases, but have never tried a case, never tried a murder case, and that should be terrifying for you. You would always want an attorney who has not only handled these, not only, you know, pled out clients to homicide charges. You want an attorney who has gone to trial on murder cases. And then the third question, which is equally important, is have you ever won a murder case? You know, how much is a trial attorney worth if, yeah, I've done a murder case, but that attorney can't say that he's ever won a murder case. So those are huge questions you need to ask. And if the attorney gives you an answer, they should equally be able to say, here are the cases that I've done. Feel free to look it up, and you can find minute entries to verify whether or not this attorney is telling you the truth. But those are the three biggest cases, especially in a case like this, homicide, where the stakes are so big.
Okay, the next question is, how does your billing work for defending a murder case?
Every case is different. You know, so there are no two billings that are identical, in the sense that we're always willing to do payment plans. Standard practice is we try to get about half up front, and then we try to make the remaining payable over about 5 months or so. But that doesn't necessarily work for everyone's budgets. So some people need a little bit more time. And with murder cases, the odds are that it will be designated complex. What that means is you have two different paths that a criminal case can take. One is your standard case. If the person's in custody, and with murder they usually are, you have 150 days to get to trial. If the case is designated complex, now there's 270 days to go to trial. So I know typically families aren't happy that their loved one has to spend more time in jail waiting to go to trial, but oftentimes that's what it takes to take one of these cases to trial. So if that's the case, we can usually spread out payments even longer. You know, as far as how much does it cost, I can't give you a good answer to that, because lots of cases are different. There are certain cases where, yeah, there's a homicide charge, but there are also 12 other associated charges with that, because, you know, maybe there's some aggravated assault charges, maybe There are different types of homicides. For example, I just finished up a case where there were 4 deaths and the woman was charged with 12 counts of homicide. So the reason that happened is because they charged her with felony, or it's called felony murder. She was committing a certain crime that resulted in a death, and then they charged her with murder in the 2nd degree, and then they also charged her with manslaughter. So they can do that. It's unusual, but those are things you need to be aware of when it comes to payment, and you know, we'll work things out is the biggest thing.
Okay, and the final question we have is fairly specific. My son is facing a manslaughter charge, and the family is currently trying to save up enough money to hire an attorney. Do you have a fixed fee for these types of cases? And if so, what is it? I guess this is kind of an extenuation or extension of the previous one.
I don't. The biggest thing is this: my consultations are free, so you lose nothing by coming in. Typically, what I'll do is I'll meet with the family. I'll get an understanding of what they know about the case, but then so I can better assess the case I offer, where I'll go visit whoever it is, son, brother, husband, whoever it is. I'll visit them in jail, and if that person wants to provide any information to me, it helps me give an assessment. So then I can come back and say, well, now I know specifically how much this case is going to cost. And if you think about it, that makes sense. 2 murder cases, even though the charges are identical, should be, I mean, they're going to be drastically different in the details. So if I were just to give one fixed fee, you know, murder is this much money, you could have one case that's drastically easier than the other, so it wouldn't make sense to charge the same for 2. And that's why I like to go down. I like to meet the client first, make sure that we're compatible, make sure that he wants me to represent him, make sure that I'm willing to take the case. And at that point, we'll sit down again, we'll go over the price structure. If we need like a fee agreement or a payment plan, we can do that as well.
Excellent. Okay, well, if you have any additional questions for Adam, all you have to do is post them to the comments section below. He's agreed to answer those questions for you, and obviously you can reach out to him directly, and we put his contact information in the comments below, or in the description below. Thanks for your time, Adam.
Thanks, Ryan. And the biggest thing with these homicide charges is that they really are, each one is so different from another, and these are really life-shattering events. Nobody's planning on this. Everybody's nervous, doesn't know what to do. The consultation's free. My telephone number is listed here, 602-540-7887. You can call me. We can talk over the phone. There's no obligations when you come into the office. It's a free consultation. I'll meet with your loved one. I'll get a better understanding, and we can talk prices. And more often than not, the clients are pleasantly surprised on their ability to work things out with payments. So feel free to give me a call, and that's really the first step. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Adam.